Hi, Odooers. Organizing your rentals can be a real nightmare when you have a lot of products to track. Not knowing what is gone, what you have left, and when your product should be returned is bad for business. You can lose a lot of time and money if you don't have the right tools to track everything. At Stealthy Wood, we want to keep control of our rental flow. The rental app will help provide us with a clear schedule so we can know exactly what is going on with our products. In the blink of an eye, we can check what's available, what's booked, and where our products are. By using the different grouping methods to our advantage, we get a better overview of what's going on. We can classify per product, customer, or serial number. This super useful reporting tool will also help us analyze our business to see which products are doing well and which are not. So let's see how it looks right now. All right, so here I am on my database. Let's go straight to the rental application. And from here, of course, we have an overview of all of our orders, but even better, we can check out our schedule by clicking on the schedule button at the top. All right, so let's check this out by week. Okay, of course, you can change by day, week, month, or year, so you can really have a good overview of exactly what's going on. But this week in particular, we have several things happening. And as you can see, this is just for my confirmed orders. So I have that filter right here. But I can also group by different things as well. So for example, I could group by customer and product, but as you see on the left, I already have my products and I have the dates, but let's also group by customer. Okay, and then I'm going to see the customers on the left, all of their orders, but I want to group by customer and product so I can actually see which products the customers are ordering. Okay, so this gives me a really good idea of what's happening. But if this is too much to see, this is too much to look at, I can always collapse all of this right away and then just open what specifically I want to see. So for example, I just want to check out what Eduardo is renting. So he has a few chairs and also a conference table. Okay, something else that's really cool, we can also group by serial number. So for example, if I want to be sure that my employees are not just taking the first item that they see, but they're correctly rotating products, I can also see which or what is being rented by serial number as well, which is super useful. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this. I can also filter by some specific things. So as you saw, my default filter was on confirmed orders, but I can always change that. I can just look at my orders, just quotations, the things that are late or to do today. I can also add some custom filters as well, which is really cool. I can do that for group by. I can also define, if I don't see it in this list, I can also define some other things to group by as well. So you have a lot of options. And as I said, this is so cool because you really can know exactly what's going on with all of your rental products. Something else that's really cool is we have a nice color code as well. So all of these colors, of course, mean different things. So for example, if we have an order that's red, that means that it is late to return. Okay, so my customer hasn't returned this item yet. I also see that it's Azure Interior, so it's not very good. If we see that it's light blue, that means that the items are reserved. Okay, so they're ready to go, they're reserved, they haven't been picked up yet. Okay, if we see light blue with a little red mark on the corner, that means that actually they're reserved and the customer is late to pick up the item. Okay, so for example, we see that Eduardo was supposed to pick up the item today, but at 10 o'clock, and it is currently 12 o'clock. All right, so he's actually 2 hours late to pick up the item. Okay, so even though it's light blue, which means it's reserved, we also know that he was already supposed to pick up the item. Okay, then we also have orange. That means that the item has been picked up. It's still ready. It's still in the rental time zone. It's not late yet, so that's good to go. And then we have just regular dark blue. And that means that the item has been returned. Everything is done for that order. Okay, and lastly, we also have light blue with stripes. That means that this is just a quotation. So this is not for a confirmed order yet. So it's reserved, but in the quotation status. So if I click on the order here, I'm going to see that it's just a quote. Okay, but let's go back to our schedule. All right, I'm going to go back to the view we had here. Okay, so I have my beautiful color code. I can see all of my items that are being rented on the left here. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what else we can do here because we have a lot of other options. So if I click on one of these items, for example, Azure Interior, I know it's late. I'm going to be able to see all of the details, what exactly they ordered, the quantities. Okay, I have even the specific serial numbers related to the item. Okay, the description as well, but I don't just have details here. I can actually save what I have here, and I can go ahead and create a new quotation on the fly if I want to, just by looking on the schedule. So I can do that by clicking Save and New, okay? Or I can just save and close or discard. I do have those options as well. Now, what happens if we return this late item? Let's go ahead and just jump directly to the order. So again, I can do that from the schedule. I don't have to go back to my dashboard to open up that order, which is really nice. So I'm going to click on that order. And this is one that we know that there's a late return. And sometimes we apply some late fees to some of our products because, of course, we don't want to encourage people to return items late. We want there to be kind of a penalty because it can also throw us off as well, especially if we already have that item reserved for another customer later on. If it's not returned at the right time, then we're in a bit of a tight spot. So we might have some late fees. And so when the customer comes to return the item, so Azure Interior, they say, I'm really sorry, but here's the conference table. We click on return. We're going to see at the return that we have this little red clock, and that means that some delay costs will be added to the sales order. Okay, and that's only if we have set up the delay costs, okay, so the late fees. So I'm going to go ahead and validate this. And when I validate this, I see that the delay cost is actually added to the sales order. I also see that it has been returned. Okay. And then we also have the expected date of return and the actual return date as well here in the description, which is really cool. All right. And of course, don't forget that we do see the history of what's going on in the chatter as well. Okay, so that's super cool. The late fees applied, so convenient. It was really easy, and we have that. Again, we have it set up on the product template. So that's how we can manage things from the schedule. So pretty much this is super convenient so far, but we have something else that's also very useful. We do have some reports you can look at as well. So if you go to the reporting menu and click, all right, you're going to be able to see reports in different views based on whatever it is you're looking for. You can change the measures here. So of course I can change the price. I can say quantity returned, whatever I want. And then I can group by different things. So right now I see confirmed orders and date in the filter, but I can also group by customer, for example, and product. I can filter by other things as well. Okay. And then I can add different time ranges. So you have a lot of options for the reports. So again, you can really keep track of everything, but not everything that's going on at this exact moment, but things that have been going on for the entire year or even longer. Okay, we also have our pivot view as well. So it's not just the graph view, even though you do have multiple graphs you can look at. We also have the pivot view. All right, so it's so easy to keep track of everything that's going on with our rental app. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.